lunatic. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday. It is June 29th, 2023. Beautiful, beautiful skies today. Actually, I think they said it's going to be 85 degrees. So it's going to be a really, really nice day. It's comfortable right now. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. So I thought I would come out here and do a video. Sunshine feels really, really good this morning. Really good. I know somebody was saying, and I have to mention this before we get into this video, with the things hanging off the end, we have to get up there and cut those off. But somebody was like, my OCD would be driving me crazy. I'd be up there cutting them off. Well, it's actually like a two-person job. You need to have somebody basically holding the ladder for you, just as a safety thing. So we will definitely get that. Those are going to get cut off because that end's got to be, squared away, obviously. But actually, let's take a walk down into the pavilion real quick. And I've showed you the pavilion and everything, but we'll take a walk right down in there because people are like, I don't know if that's going to be big enough for everybody. As the group grows, obviously. What you have to understand, basically, this is going to be, once we get this squared away, this is going to be a spot where we'll be able to get in out of the weather once we get into inclement weather season. And eventually, we do plan on having a community center as well. So this would be, one of the spots we would be able to hang out and meet. So what we'll eventually have here, guys, you would come into the pavilion here. There'll be steps, obviously, here and all that type of stuff. But for right now, so in the pavilion itself, it is, it's actually quite a bit of room, because if you figure too, we have 3 feet of overhang on both sides. So this area here can be utilized right here. You can see the line actually here, and if you walk over here, you see the line where the water is coming off right now. And then on the back side, let's look over here. The line is over there. Okay, so you still have this kind of area as well. So you could actually put a chair in here and hang out here if you wanted to. Just saying. But once we get the rest of the floor in here, it's actually quite spacious. So it is one of those things. But it's gonna be nice in here. I guess Dave's coming back down on the 3rd. So when he gets back here, him and I are going to continue to get the rest of this floor in. Like this piece right here, guys, right now, this piece is ready to go for right here. It's a matter of we'll get the glue down, get it in place, and then just nail that down. That piece right to there, that's the halfway point. Then it's a matter of, like this sheet here would go over here. Just got to get cut out and, and measured and then cut out. And then, we get the next, bigger piece on that side. So it actually should go fairly quickly. With Paula and Barbara coming down and helping, get the rest of the floor joists in, that was a big difference. So, it's definitely, definitely a good thing overall. But yeah, it's been interesting. But yeah, I want to try to hopefully get this all in before everybody comes down next weekend. And if we get that done, that'll be a good thing. And we'll go from there. But everything takes time. But it's come together very, very well. I really don't have any complaints. With what we got done extra after everybody else left last time, and then getting part of the floor in, and we, as you can see with the chairs here, we were hanging out here, and yeah, I mean, and this is very, very solid. I mean, there's no like, as I'm trying to like bounce, there's no bounce in the floor at all. We had the bigger joists that we put in, the floor joists in here, because the wood stove will eventually be right here, So a lot of work to do, a lot of things to happen, and but it'll, like I said, it'll all come together. But anyway, so just kind of wanted to explain that more. But there's, and then this area will be sealed in. There will be windows, hopefully, right through here to get a breeze. And so Eric, my buddy, has a couple of extra windows. He had called me. And so when Mark's coming on down through the next time, he's going to be meeting up with Eric to get the windows that we're going to put in through here on both sides, so that we get that cross breeze. And but yeah, it's like I said, it's everything is a process. But this has been, we've made great progress on this. A lot of work. Nothing, with everything that we've done, none of it's been cheap. So that's, it's part of what happens, with doing the floor joists. We went with the pressure treated just because you don't want to chase after things later on. So, and as far as, let me just kind of show you this here part. I know people had questions. If you look, that end, the opening underneath is higher, and then it narrows down here because this part of the ground was lower, and then, higher. This part was higher, and you can see that gradual shift down. So that's why there's extra room. So we're not really concerned about anything getting underneath and dying and not being able to get it. So if you look under here, you will see there's plenty of room as far as getting under there, even on that end. If there's any plumbing or anything that we want to do later, obviously you'll be able to climb underneath, and then you would still have, all this room underneath here, to work in. So yeah, it's been a good thing, as far as that goes. And having the plastic down, the gravel down, that's going to help act as a moisture barrier, so it's not going to be wet underneath there all the time. And I think as water continues to hit these, what you're going to see is any water that's going to come down the hill, what it's going to do, it's going to hit this worn out spot and not continue up in that way. It will wear out, because eventually we will have a rain catchment system on here. But in the meantime, that'll get worn out, right? And that water coming off the hill is going to hit that trench and go that way. So we're not going to have the standing water underneath. And then obviously once we get the rest of the plywood there, you can actually see where the rain hasn't hit that because of the plywood being there. That'll be a diversion. So I could actually even dig that out a little bit more if I want to. And thank you, Hella. Hella, you nut job. Look at her. She's with the dirt. She's grabbing a clump of dirt and shaking it. But so that'll act as a diversion. I could actually cut that out if I wanted to as well. You're crazy. You are a crazy girl. What are you doing? There's something there. Why are you eating that? I don't know. I have no explanation for her. But anyway, so that could be a diversion for the water. So coming off the hill, it's not going to run underneath that at all. It'll be like basically its own little swale cut in there. But Yeah, so there's quite a bit of room here. You know, when you look at it from this end, again as well, a lot of room in there. So this has been definitely a labor of love, but it's going to be a good thing when it's all said and done. And so I'm excited about that. And it's been a good project. It's been a real good project. But so I just wanted to give you guys that update on the pavilion. And so hopefully before everybody gets here, because if Dave gets here on the 4th, or well, he'll be here on the 3rd, so he's leaving the 3rd, he'll be here by the 4th. So that is what? I don't even know what day that is. But it will have a few days before everybody starts coming down. And that way we can hopefully get the rest of the floor in before everybody gets here. So that's not something that's hanging on our heads, if you will, before everybody comes. But anyway, so that's all I got with that right now. But pavilion's looking good. It's come along, and we will see where we're at. All right. Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.